Um, hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
It is licensed to view, a weekly movie podcast on the internet where two best friends get together, talk about movies, TV, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I am joined by my co-host of the past 4+ years. It took us 4 years to get to 51 episodes.
Woo.
Zach, what's going on, man?
Good, man, good. Finally made past the big 5-0. We're into the second half. Now what we're going to do is wait another 4 years. We'll make it to 100, and we'll be good to go.
100? Exactly. That's exactly what's going to do. Because we're at some point, we're going to change the podcast again to a anime podcast.
It's true.
Or some bullshit like that. I've been thinking, it's like, man, I really want to do a video game podcast, but I don't play enough video games. I was like, I want to do
I don't know. I mean, it's like I don't play more than I normally do. I mean, I feel like I play about. I mean, I play probably less than I did in like high school and college, but I still don't feel like I play like a lot less. I think like I play. It depends on what the game is, because it's like. Because it reminds me of like when I was playing Spider-Man, I was playing that game like every day until I beat it.
Right.
It's just such a good game, but it's like I don't know. It's hard to find games like that anymore.
The last game I actually played was Mario Odyssey 6 months ago, and that's really it.
I mean, I haven't really played a game since God of War, which I think I played like in like December or something like December or January or something like that. It was like, so like since then I haven't really done like anything game wise.
Well, I even thought, oh, you know what? I want to do get back into some comic books. Do a comic book podcast. Because there's not enough of those on the internet.
That's true. Well,
shit like that. But that's not this podcast. This is Licensed to View.
Yes.
AKA FKA Ticket Stubs Podcast, which is every podcast.
Podcast formerly known as the Ticket Stubs Podcast.
Exactly. We're going to talk about some things we've been checking out this past week. Zach, go ahead and kick it off, man. What you been watching, playing, reading, anything like that?
So I didn't watch too much this week because due to some unforeseen foreshadowing on your part, I watched an anime series this week.
Okay.
A bit of my time, because I watched Fate Zero, which is the semi-prequel series to like the Fate garbage, because I'm on this anime group on Facebook, and so a lot of them play a lot of them are fans of Fate, and then they play the Fate mobile game, and so I got into that, and I was interested in the characters. So, I know that the Fate world is like super complicated, so I was like, where do I even start? And they were like, start with Fate Zero. So I watched that, and it's really fucking good. It's a very much it's in line of those like more like mature anime shows where it's like, it's got those heavy adult themes of like, I mean, the main character's like an assassin that like his main method of like killing people is like causing accidents, like making buildings explode and shit like that. And so a lot of like undue destruction and dealing with that and themes of like mortality and like what is right and that kind of stuff, heavy stuff that you get from like Berserk. And it's not as mature as Berserk in that sense, but I mean it's definitely going for like a similar type of like more adult audience.
Right.
Animation is fucking beautiful. It's the same people who actually, I talked about Demon Slayer last week. They did this series first, so it's that same like really crisp animation, and the fight scenes are really, really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I actually am into their next in that series now, which is Unlimited Blade Works is what it's called. And it's really good. I like it a lot. So that was one of the main things that I watched this week.
I've never seen that show before. I know what it is. I mean, we've all seen the cosplayers of at conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never had it. I'm not gonna say it looks bad. It didn't look bad. It looks fine. I've had no inkling to watch it because of how I was always told it's Kingdom Hearts, like complexity of story.
I would say it's Kingdom Hearts in the fact that it's. I don't know. It's much more. The base root of it is much easier to understand than Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts is like all that crazy shit with like Organization 13.
Yeah.
And basically the root of Fate is a battle royale series, essentially. It's a giant tournament series, essentially, where it's just the main thing is that there's magicians in the world. They're fighting over this thing called the Holy Grail, and the way they fight is they summon basically like heroes and legends and myths and stuff like that from like the historical past. So the main guy in the series, he summons King Arthur, who turns out to be a girl. She like masqueraded as a guy because that was the only way that you could be king. And so it's like that. You've got Alexander the Great's in the series, who's like one of the best characters. I mean, I didn't know too much about Alexander the Great going into it. And honestly, this series, if you want to fully understand like the characters a lot, you can understand them without the historical context, but to get like the full breadth of like their character arcs and stuff like that, I feel like it requires a lot more historical context behind the characters, like who Alexander the Great was, what he did, and that kind of stuff. Right. So there's a little bit more complicated. There's depth to it if you want to go there, but you don't have to go there. I don't know if comparing to Kingdom Hearts is like
so
fair.
Here's why I say this. I sort of sketched a sketch by this anime YouTuber that talks about how the order to watch Fate Stay Night.
You watch a big video?
It's a big skit video, kind of like a Gus video or like a I forget these guys' names on YouTube. These kind of like anti-comedy kind of guys. Mm-hmm. But they're the whole bit is like, okay, you have to watch this series, but you can't watch this one even though it's the prequel because that one spoils this one, and all this convoluted bullshit. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna watch that, but I'm glad you're liking it.
Yeah. It's good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I'm interested to see where the sequel series takes off. And it's more for me, it's like, I don't know, it's interesting to see just all these historical characters and like characters that you wouldn't really think you'd be interested in, like Alexander the Great. It's like it's got me into like trying to figure out more about them, and like there's a Gilgamesh character in there who's like I assume he's supposed to be like the king of Babylon or something like that. And so there's like a lot of like good like jumping off points to get into like further research on some of this stuff, which is cool for me. I mean, I like history, so I think that's one of the things that might drag you into it, is just because you're a big history guy too. And so there's that interesting thing where it's like, you know, it's anime, but it also draws on like real world stuff and gives you a good jumping off point to like further do historical research if you're a character that you're interested in. So there's that cool little tidbit to it, which I think gives it a lot more over other series. But it is complicated as hell. I think I know the video you're talking about. I think I watched it too.
On a side note, do you think people think this is the brocast because we're both wearing tank tops?
If they don't, then I'm highly disappointed in them, because this
is it because
it's the gun show today, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mine's actually a T-shirt that I cut into a tank top. So
mine is not. Mine is an actual tank top, but it's from my boy Callum Von Mager. It's one of his.
Mine's Danzig.
Oh, nice.
So, okay. No. So what else have you been checking out? Anything else?
So the other things was I don't think I originally talked about this movie when I originally watched it, but I rewatched it last night with my roommate because we were looking for something to watch, and so we watched Wind River. And I fucking love this movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Super depressing as fuck. But I love Jeremy Renner in it. Emily Osment is is it Osment? Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is in it, and she's great.
Emily Olsen.
Olsen. I don't know why it's Osment.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen. She's
Emily
in it.
Osment in Montana.
Oh my God! Is that what she's from?
In Spy Kids.
Wait, Emily Osment was in Spy Kids?
Spy Kids 2, baby.
Oh my God, I don't even remember Spy Kids 2.
She plays
Was she the other sister character in that show?
Yeah, the other agent, like the fancy rich agent. That's that's the daughter. Yeah, but the same kid is the same age as
the ginger. I just remember that he's a ginger.
Junebug, whatever.
Junebug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that. And I fucking love it. It's beautifully shot. It makes me wary about moving anywhere to the Midwest, because this movie makes it look so desolate and depressing as fuck, especially because, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically about a murder that takes place to a Native American girl. It's just Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen is trying to solve what happened to her. Super depressing, and such a tension builder, especially when they get onto the drilling site or whatever. That like 5-minute scene where it's just like pure tension of this standoff between all these characters is, oh my god, it was tension grab.
All I know is that I haven't seen it yet, but the thing is that the writer of the film, Taylor Sheridan, he I've mentioned this 1,000 times before. He was in Sons of Anarchy. He played a cop. He's an actor, but I feel like he here's what he's wrote before, right? He wrote this. He wrote Sicario.
Yeah.
He wrote Sicario 2, and then he wrote Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
But the guy is to me.
And this is the first movie he directed too, because he directed Wind River as well.
Right. To me, he's a better writer than he was ever. He's not a bad actor. I've only seen him in Anarchy, but to me, he's a better writer than as an actor.
Right.
And he has a gift for writing crime. As much as we say we want to give Dennis the all the props for Sicario, you know that the script probably has to have had some of those elements for him to draw from. Not saying that it's all Taylor Sheridan, all Dennis Villeneuve, but it had to be somewhere in the middle where his script. So to me, the guy writes crime really well.
Yeah, I think Wind River. I mean, I haven't seen Hell or High Water, but I mean, Sicario and Wind River, I think, are really good examples of him being able to write crime and tension and thrillers super, super well. He's really got a knack for it, for sure.
It's like him, and then the guy who did Green Room, and
I haven't seen that yet. Do you like Green Room?
Yeah, it's the same guy who did Blue Ruin and the other Netflix
Color
movie.
Trilogy or something, right?
Hold the Night or Hold the Dark.
The Netflix one? Yeah, I think it's Hold the Dark or something like that.
Those 3 movies from that same guy are all super tension, dramatic, violent. It's like they took he takes Nick Refn and makes it realistic to the sense to where it's that much more tension building, because Nick Refn's is violent for the sake of violence and visuals. I forget the guy who made those movies, Blue Ruin, all that kind of stuff, but he just has tension to me, super duper tension building. Excuse me, and that's kind of how Sheridan is too, but to a different level.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I still haven't seen it yet. I probably won't watch it just because I don't like Jeremy Renner that much.
I don't know. I like him I've enjoyed him quite a bit. I mean, I know people have issues with him, but I mean, I think this is definitely a great role for him. And I'm one of those people that Bourne Legacy is a bad movie, but I think he does well with what he's given in that movie. I don't know. There are certain movies where I don't think he can be a leading man in it. I think Bourne Legacy shows that, I don't know, as a pure action character, I don't believe that. But I think definitely for a detective thriller kind of story like this, I think he does a really, really serviceable job. And I think he passes off Olsen really, really well.
Right. I can get that.
Yeah. So then the last thing I watched was Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet.
It's good. I like it a lot. I like Ryan Reynolds. I've always liked Ryan Reynolds. He's great in it. He's probably the best part in it, besides the fact that the Pokemon just looks so goddamn good. But yeah, it's a great time. I had a great time with it.
All right, so real quick, spoiler alert for Detective Pikachu, because I have questions. Because I might see it tomorrow or Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's Pikachu. It's Pokemon. I don't give a fuck about spoilers for it. So real quick spoiler for me. Do we see Mew?
No. Mewtwo, but no Mew.
Do we see Giovanni?
No, you don't. There's a nice nod to it, but he's not in there. And I don't know. How do we see about it? Because he watched it too. We didn't watch it together, but he also watched it. And the nod to it, I thought they were going to have Giovanni in the movie, and they don't. And he was like, "Oh, I like that they didn't do that." And I was like, "No, I want Giovanni." Especially because this movie is it's supposed to be a detective type of story. And so getting into that crime aspect, I think, would have helped them a lot. They don't get into it, which was disappointing for me, because I think that would have fit really well into the story.
Is Team Rocket in it? No,
Team Rocket's not in it.
So what's the point of having Mewtwo in it? Because doesn't Giovanni make Mewtwo?
It's basically this group that's not Team Rocket. It's kind of hard because they don't straight out say that they made. No, they did. Yeah, they did. It's basically the plot of Pokemon the movie, in the sense that they created Mewtwo, and Mewtwo is trying to change the world or whatever.
Right.
It's not an exact copy, but that basic framework from the original Pokemon movie is there,
So,
where
what you're
Mewtwo
saying
ends
is
up being
that.
like the antagonist.
Well, hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
Draw from your memories from. Hold on, when did this movie come out?
Which one?
Pokemon the
Pokemon the movie?
first movie
It
that
was like
came out in
1999 or something like that, right?
1998.
98.
1999.
Okay, so it's been like 20 years. Fuck.
So draw on your memory
Okay.
from 1999. What the fuck was his goal? Was his goal to make Pokemon like the top, like make Pokemon like the?
His goal was, if I remember, from what I remember of Pokemon the movie, Mewtwo's goal was basically to make stronger Pokemon clones like himself that would take over the world, and like Pokemon would take over and like subjugate humans and all this other shit. Because that's why he kills Ash or something like that. Or Ash sacrifices himself. I don't know. I can't remember the exact plots of the movie, but I remember that Mewtwo basically, as in the movie, wanted Pokemon to take over the world.
Yeah. How does he look in this movie? Does he look cool?
He looks dope. Everybody looks good. Everybody looks good. That's one of the things where it's like, because we talked about Sonic last week, and Sonic looks fucking awful. This is it's so clear that Sonic looks awful if you looked at Detective Pikachu, because the Pokemon in Detective Pikachu look so goddamn good. And they do a really good job of like using the realistic thing, but also like keeping the basis of the original designs, where it's like it's very clear when you're looking at Pikachu that like if Pikachu was a Pokemon in real life, this is what it would look like. Like it's got like fur like a mouse type squirrel thing would have, but it's still got the design where it's got like the Thunderbolt tail and it's got the cheeks and all that stuff.
Does Mewtwo have the armor in it?
No.
Does Mewtwo talk?
Yes, he does. Well, he does the telepathy thing.
Okay, yeah, okay. Is Ash in it?
No, he's not.
Is Red in it?
No, unfortunately.
What city is it based in?
It's a fictional city that I think is only made for the movie called Rhyme City, but it does a great bit of world building, because the whole point of Rhyme City explains why you see so many goddamn Pokemon, because in Rhyme City, basically the guy who founded the city based it on the principle that Pokemon should live together, but like side by side with humans, so there's no Pokeballs in the city at all. So Pokemon are all over the place because you don't capture Pokemon in there. You just form a partnership with them, and they're your buddy, and they walk around with you. So that's why it explains why there's so many Pokemon all over the place. But also, battles are illegal in the city, so that kind of blows.
Do they reference like a Pewter City or whatever, or anything
They don't reference Pewter City. They reference the Pokemon League, because they talk about the League and the fact that the League is there, and it's something that like people strive for. But there's not battling in the city. They have like underground like fight clubs basically, which is kind of cool. Yeah, but there's not too many like direct references. Like there's no mention of like Ash or Red or like Misty or Brock or anything like that. Like there's no gym leaders referenced at all. The Pokemon League is referenced, and like the tournament is referenced. Other legendaries are referenced without them actually being shown. Like there's like the main guy, one of the boss of the company that the Detective Pikachu they're like solving the case for. He has like statues of like Palkia and Dialga or whatever, like the space and time like legendaries in like his office. So he has statues of them, and the kid has like a wall sticker of like Rayquaza on his wall. So there's cool little like nods to that of like other legendaries, but you really just focus on like Mewtwo for this one.
Right. Okay. Real quick, last spoiler. Where's the dad at?
Missing.
They don't find him?
They find him.
Where's he at? I want to know. Spoiler. I want to
know. Okay, spoiler. Do you want to know? Mewtwo basically, when the crash happens, Mewtwo puts the consciousness of his father into the Pikachu, and that's their reasoning for why the Pikachu can talk to the kid, because it's his dad.
Yeah.
It's not really explained why, because in spoilers, people's consciousnesses get transferred into other Pokemons in like the climax of the movie, but they can't speak English, so that makes no sense. But I don't know. It's a cool little nod that like his dad's.
I knew that shit so fast.
Yeah.
I called that. I literally was like, "That's his dad." I don't know how they're going to decide that that's his dad.
Yeah.
I knew it. That's fucking easy. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else did you watch?
That's it. That's all I watched. I read some other stuff. I read some manga, and that's basically it.
Okay. Well, I'm very similar to you. I have very little things this week. I'll run through them very quickly.
Okay.
First thing I rewatched for the 5th time is Thor Ragnarok.
Nice. Great movie.
Still love that movie. It's a great movie.
It was one of the first Marvel movies, because I think I've talked about this before, where up until like leading up to Endgame, I'd never watched a Marvel movie twice. Thor Ragnarok was, before that ever happened, Thor Ragnarok was the first one I ever watched multiple times. It was the
Winter
first one I
Soldier,
ever rewatched. I'd never rewatched any of them before that, and that was the first one I ever rewatched because I liked it so much.
Winter Soldier for me, I watched the fuck out of Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And I saw Avengers 1 like twice, I think, in theaters. So Thor Ragnarok still really great.
Was also one that I watched multiple times. Maybe that's the only other one.
Season 3 of Sneaky Pete is out. I've been watching that. It's not as good as I hoped it would be.
Okay.
I'm not too far. I'm only on episode 4, so there's still some more.
Do you like the first 2 seasons? I've been interested in that just because it's a con man show.
First 2 seasons are very good.
Okay.
I'm not sure because the first 2 seasons, the basic premise I think I mentioned before is that a con man cons his way into a family of the man that he was cellmates with in jail.
Okay.
Because he can't go back to his home, his actual house, because a gang he tried to rip off is going to kill him.
Okay.
So it's constantly about him like conning the family as though he is like the cousin and then the grandkid. I think he's also working on other cons against Hal from Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston, because Bryan Cranston is the guy who made the show.
Okay.
So and then season 1 and 2 is that same story. Season 3 so far is that they're not really connected to that, kind of, at least from where I'm at. Maybe he comes back to it.
Okay.
But where I'm at right now, he's not really worried about the family at all. The family's going through their own thing.
Okay.
So who knows? Maybe it'll all kind of tie together. I was kind of hoping that he would just leave completely and go through become a whole new con.
Yeah.
Which maybe can still happen. I'm only episode 3 or 4, so I don't know. But 1 and 2 I liked a lot. a lot.
Okay.
Then I watched again for I think the 3rd, 4th time. Because even though I hate it, apparently I keep watching it. That's Last Jedi.
Oh my gosh. I still have not watched that movie a second time. I watched The Force Awakens again, but I've yet to try to slog through that movie again.
Last Jedi, I have it on 4K. So I saw it twice in 4K, and I watched it on Netflix because it's on Netflix. It still sucks.
Yeah.
It's still not a good movie.
It looks good.
Oh, it looks great.
It looks great. There's good visual set pieces in there. But the reason that the set piece is there, from my memory, from only watching it one time, blow. Reasoning's really bad.
Pointless. The whole movie's pointless. Half the film's pointless.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I was watching, I didn't finish all of them because it's the show. I started watching the show you mentioned last week. The anime.
Oh, Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Nice.
I watched the first 2 episodes or 3 episodes. No, I got to the part where he's like in the selection process episode. So
so it's like 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Like that. And I read a little bit of it too because it was faster because I had watching ads on Crunchyroll. It's fine. I really am surprised that they got through it that fast. They kind of like plowed through the whole training thing, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, they did the training bit really, really fast, which sucks because I like the sensei type character, the Demon Mask character. I like him a lot. So I'm sad that we don't get to see like more from him. But yeah, they really cut through that really quick to like get to him actually being a demon hunter.
But I also really and it's fine. The character's it's fine showing the character.
Yeah.
I realize that like I kind of miss like the Bleach and the D-Gray Man and the last thing I watched that really resembled those kind of types of shonen shows was Black Clover.
Okay.
I hear people really don't like. I don't know if people.
I've heard that. So I remember when it first came out that everybody really hated it because they didn't like the main character because I guess the thing was that the main character was like an even more annoying version of Naruto, where he just like screamed for like no reason. Like the voice actor, for some reason, just like yelled uncontrollably. But people who like read the manga and who are like further into the anime, apparently it's like gotten a lot better, and people are like enjoying it a lot more now for what it is. So I guess it's one of those things where it's like you've got to get into it a little bit before it like gets good. But once it gets good, people, especially in like the group that I'm on right now, people are really, really enjoying it a lot.
I think too, what I saw was also the fact that I guess the main character he just can win every fight. He gets overpowered for every fight, which I can understand. But that's just how I feel about Fairy Tail as well.
Yeah.
When I was watching Fairy Tail, the same thing where, oh no, the fight's getting hard, so now I win. I'm just better.
I'm super strong for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, friendship or whatever the fuck, and then all of a sudden I win. But so I'm liking this so far. I like the concept a lot of I'm a sucker for basic shonen stuff, man. I'm a sucker for I say it all the time. I'm a sucker for training arcs. I'm a sucker for tournament arcs. I'm a sucker for organizations / like no, it's Bleach. You have the Soul Society.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for the Naruto like chain of command. I'm a sucker for like all that kind of stuff. Black Clover has their own like little night magic order thing.
Demon Slayer has they got the Demon Slaying Corps. So that's,
exactly. Yeah. And I'm reading Dresden Files, and Dresden Files. So there's a White Council, which is the Wizard Council. Hey,
all there.
I'm all about things that have like tournaments, training, and like competitions. And that's why Naruto is the best, because Naruto has literally all of that.
It's got all of it, yeah. They've got the multiple training arcs. They've got, I think there's like 2 tournament arcs at some point.
Tournament arcs, yeah.
And then they've got organizations out the fucking ass. So many organizations.
Anything that involves tier lists, love it. Also love power-ups.
Power-ups, right. I was watching, because I've been watching this one guy on YouTube, because I was talking about, because I was rewatching Dragon Ball Z for a while, and then I was thinking about watching Dragon Ball Super, and then I just watched the end of it to figure out what happened. But I was thinking about watching the movie today, because I've heard the Broly movie is really, really good. But I was talking to him, I was watching one of his videos where he's talking about the things that are wrong with Super and like what Broly does right and why he's excited for the future of it. And it's like, yeah, the power-ups are like fucking great. And then there's like, the thing about Shonen, a lot of them is that they're just like, they're fucking long ass series, and there's lots of like history and build up to it, and I enjoy that a lot. I like building up like characters and like developing histories for them and stuff like that. And long form shonen series are like the fucking best at that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you don't have to have all the things I mentioned, because that doesn't. Here's the things that I think you need to have at least 1 or 2 of these things for me to be drawn in. It just happens to be this, right? So training arc, competition arc, organization / structure / hierarchy / tier list, power up, and then time skips.
Time skips are best.
Usually the training arc and time skip comes into play. Yeah. Right?
Usually it's either the training arc time skip or power up time skip are like very closely linked together.
Exactly. Right? So like, for example, you want to kick it back to the OG, like Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball has tournaments.
Yeah.
It has power-ups, and it has time skip.
It's really got one time. Well, I guess it's got like mini time skip. I always think the biggest time skip is Adult Gohan, but I mean, there's mini time skips where it's like after the Frieza arc, there's like that 6 months or whatever, I guess. So.
I'm not even referencing those time skips, because yes, that is true. I'm referencing the hyperbolic time chamber.
That's true, yeah.
It's literally a time skip.
That is the quintessential like time skip and training arc into one. We get to have a year of training or whatever the fuck it is for a week or whatever it is. Yeah. And then you look at like One Piece, where it has time skip, training arc, no competition, but it has the biggest organization type thing. You have the Marines, and you have the pirate lords, and you have Baroque works and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
You have the pirate people, the pirate king people, the Marines, and you have the pirates that work for the Marines.
Yeah. Well, you've got the multiple thing. Yeah, because in the pirates you've got the multiple, because you got like the warlords, and then they have like, what are they? They're like the generation of
Exactly.
Like Chaos Generation or whatever, which is like
the worst generation or whatever.
captains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Naruto, this is why Naruto's the best.
Yeah.
Has all of them.
Yeah.
Has every single one. Hits like, you know what? Boop, boop, boop. Every single cliche we have it. Bleach is similar too, but Bleach has no competition.
Is there time skips in Bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I've tried to watch Bleach multiple times, and I've always gotten to like the third or fourth episode, and then I stop. The furthest I got was in the manga, and even then I only got to like 50 chapters or something like that.
I tell you, man, it ends bad. Well,
that's what I've heard, and that's why. And now it's like another reason why it's like, well, now I don't want to watch Game of Thrones because everybody hates the last season.
Exactly.
So it's like, well, I know the ending's going to be fucking terrible. Then like, why do I want to watch like the next like 5 seasons of build up to get to a point where I'm like, well, fuck this show.
Well, I'm gonna wrap up real quick.
Yeah.
That's all I've been watching. I'm still reading Dresden Files on book 9.
Okay.
And then I stopped reading Wheel of Time.
Okay.
Because, oh my god, it's so fucking boring.
Oh, it's boring? It's more of the landscape and traveling shit?
It's so much traveling. I'm not even to the fucking shit. I literally Googled the book plot line.
Yeah.
And it said, like, the rest of the book I was reading and going, I'm not even close to that shit yet. So far, I got to the part where they travel a little bit. They travel to a town. They travel a little bit, and now they're traveling away from the town. Yo, I don't need that.
Give me to the point. I need plot point A, plot point B.
I think book 3 is called The Dragon Reborn, so I don't think he even finds out he's the guy until the end of book 2. Yo,
Jesus.
Don't need it. Don't need it. We know Naruto's the fucking...
We just talked about all this build-up. For a book, that's too much fucking build-up.
We know that Naruto is the fucking demon guy from the jump.
Yeah. It's like it's like the first 2 minutes of the fucking show. They're like, oh yeah, he's got a demon inside of him.
First 2 pages of the manga, it's like they fucking seal the fucking fox in him. He's like, no, can't do it. Not saying it's bad. I'm saying I can't do it personally.
Fair enough.
It's too slow for me. My brain can't handle how much fucking description this guy puts. He'll write like, I walk into the town or he'll start describing some lady's dress across the fucking hallway.
Don't too much. Yeah, that's too much.
Some people eat that shit up as details.
I get it. I get the point of details, but it's like at that point, it's like you're describing a woman's dress, and I bet you never even figure out like anything about her. She's not important at all. You're just describing her, and it's like I don't care about that. Like if she's important, then describe the fuck out of her for me. But like if you're not doing anything with her and you're just describing her just to fill up fucking words on the page, then like what are you doing?
And some people really like that. I'm personally not. I'm not there yet, but that's what I've been checking out. So let's go ahead and move into our next segment of the show, our news segment.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. What do you want to hit first? Do you want to hit Spider-Man?
Well, I feel like we got to hit Spider-Man first.
Okay.
We're late to the jump on this one.
Yeah, so Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes.
Final trailer?
I don't know if it's the final trailer. It's definitely the biggest trailer.
Second trailer?
I feel like most of the other stuff is probably going to be like TV spots and shit like that, where there might be some few glimpses, but I feel like this is like the last like big trailer. And there's only been 2 trailers. This is only the second trailer for the movie.
So Far From Home, second trailer came out last week or something.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you feel? How do you feel about it?
I like it overall. I like the tone. I like them going off of Endgame. I like where they're going with it. It's very clear that they're trying to set him up as the new like focal point of this. At least from the trailer, it seems like they're trying to set him up as the new like focal point of this Phase 4. I don't know how that's going to work because I'm pretty sure their deal with Sony is not going to extend that long, so that's kind of strange. Maybe they'll renegotiate something else, but I don't know. I like it overall. I like Mysterio. Jake Gyllenhaal looks fucking rad as shit. I'm excited to see him be a bad guy because if he's not a bad guy, I'm going to be very upset. I don't want good guy Mysterio. I want bad guy Mysterio. This whole thing is trickery and illusions and shit like that. So if he's not playing a trick, then like, what the fuck are you doing? So
again, here is my prediction for this movie.
Okay.
There's no other dimensions. It's
you think the multiverse is a step? You think it's fight?
I think that it's all Mysterio doing a one over on Peter.
Mm.
And Nick Fury. I think all that stuff is all things that he made up, and he's tricking them for something. He's stealing something or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it's all a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. I could be completely wrong,
Okay.
but the idea of good Mysterio, don't like it.
Yeah. I will one up you, and I will say that I think that it's going to be a gimmick, and then at the end they're going to realize, oh, it's not a gimmick. There is multiverses. I think they're going to pull that card.
I see. I like the trailer for what it is.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I agree. Jake Gyllenhaal looks cool as Mysterio. I do not like the idea that they even say it in the trailer that they want him to be like Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think he should be that. I think he should be his own character.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to be the new Iron Man.
That's the reason why people really did not like the last parts of Dan Slott's Spider-Man run, because of globe-trotting Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I want New York City Spider-Man. I want him to be fighting the Rhino and Shocker, and the Shocker's not going to go and blow up the world. He's trying to rob banks.
Yeah.
You know, like the most.
I think that's where Spider-Man shines the most is, like bank robbers and that kind of stuff.
Street level. He's a street level crime fighter.
Yeah.
Now, he can do the bigger things, but that's the Avengers deal.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be running around in the Iron Spider suit all the time, because when you have too many
problem I had with it is that you see the Iron Spider suit a lot in this trailer.
Yeah. Well, you give him all these little gadgets
in this trailer. Also, because he's got the Iron Spider one, he's got his regular one, he's got his new one that's like red and black, and then he's got his sneak suit, which I don't like the design of, honestly. Yeah. I'm not a fan of that, but I think that's it. So like 4 suits, but still, like that's way too many fucking suits.
Well, I don't think that I really don't even like him having on his base suit. I don't like him having all the extra AI stuff. He's Spider-Man. Yeah. I want him to be able to work through it without having the help of Friday or whoever's there in his head. Yeah. He's Spider-Man. He's not Tony. I don't want that. I want him to rip it out of his fucking. I want him to wear just a cloth suit.
Yeah.
You know, the guy can punch brick walls and shit. Like he's in need to have like any more help.
Yeah.
You know, let him be smart as it is. I don't understand how they keep doing this and ruining characters.
Yeah.
It's rough for me because I feel like Pete didn't need all that shit in the animated series.
Yeah.
He just had a cloth suit that he wore under his shit or whatever the fuck.
He had his cloth suit, and then he had the most advanced thing was his web shooters. It's always been his web shooters.
He made those.
Yeah.
And to act like I don't know, and it's not like I'm not gonna watch it or not gonna enjoy it. It just to me, it seems like there's so many things that you can do with this character, and by making him a 16-year-old globe-trotting Spider-Man, that's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Let him fight Rhino, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they had the Shocker. Didn't they have the Shocker? I rewatched Far From Home, and like they have the nod to the Shocker in there, kind of. But I don't know.
Like, there's nothing wrong.
I mean, I liked Far From Home just because Vulture is very much like the street level, and that's like, I mean, it was still like at the end of the day, it was still like street level crime where it's Vulture stealing shit and Pete's trying to stop him, which is where Spider-Man is best.
Yeah, I really feel like this movie, if it was going to be Mysterio, keep him in New York, have Mysterio out in Banks or whatever, or have it be, you know, what I really would have been cool to see was like be Kraven.
Yeah,
have be Kraven's last hunt. Have it be like a super where now it's Petey being chased, and now he has to rise and become a man the same way that Happy is trying to make him be with Tony. So, oh, Tony would do this, whatever. Okay, take that same idea, have Kraven be hunting Spider-Man, and now it becomes like, hey, you have to rise and take care of him because he knows that you have to fight this guy, and it's still a street level criminal. He's not going to be out there, you know, blowing up Rome or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
It's too much. Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. It's too much.
Yeah.
And what happens next? The idea is this. Globe-trotting Spider-Man means that Spider-Man has to get on a plane or a jet to fly wherever.
Yeah.
Iron Man can just fly. So the nature of the character, it could be that he can fly there. Globe-trotting. That's fine. He's also a war machine.
Yeah.
Right? What, Spider-Man going to sling his way to London?
Yeah.
No, he's getting on a plane. That alone, to me, is stupid.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I feel about the trailer. It's fine. It's not a bad trailer by any means, but I don't like the direction that they're going with the character in terms of, you know, the overall.
Yeah. No, so. I agree. I mean, for Spider-Man, I mean, getting back to, you know, the most out of the world thing for him is like Venom and Carnage is like the most like not street level stuff that he has to deal with. But even then, it's like there's that personal connection to it. I don't know. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I watched that. I read that last run of what was it, The Amazing Spider-Man ever? When it's like when he's got his own company and all that shit, and like all that stuff is just like I don't know,
too much,
boring,
too much.
Yeah.
Because now you have 3 characters in Marvel who have their businesses.
Yeah,
rich.
I mean, it's like, I mean, it was interesting just because it's like it was him going to like Silver Sable's place and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, I don't know, I don't need Silver Sable in the Spider-Man comic. Also, they had him paired with Mockingjay or whatever the fuck her name was too much, and I don't fucking like her character at all. So that blows. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what they do after this, to see where Far From Home ends up and what the third movie ends up becoming. So
let me go ahead and just dovetail. That's the right word.
Okay. You go to
into the. What's up? Let me go ahead and segue into this next piece of news real quick that I can just start talking about. You can kind of figure out where you can ask your opinion on this kind of thing. So it came out a few days ago. This is not movie. This is comic book news. So this podcast eventually just becoming a pop culture podcast.
That's fine.
Jonathan Hickman,
right,
is a great writer. I very much enjoyed a lot of his stuff, especially his Cape stuff. I enjoyed a lot of his Cape stuff. He did a lot of Fantastic Four. He did FF back in the day.
Yeah,
he's a great writer. He's a really high concept writer, especially in FF. He has some image
stories.
Yeah, he's the guy who wrote Franklin Richards' son being like better than Galactus or some shit, right? Or whatever the fuck. He's a good writer. I like him a lot. Never read any of his indie stuff, but I read a lot of his Cape stuff.
Okay.
Well, he's the new guy who's going to be like spearheading the X-Men for Marvel.
Okay.
He came out in a bunch of quotes talking about the plan for X books going forward. He's saying that they're going to cancel all the X books, and they're going to start with 2 books called House of X and the Power of X, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And those books are going to run bi-weekly for a little bit, and then they're going to dissipate into new X line of books.
I saw bi-weekly, and there's 6 issues for each, which is it's going to be like 3 months or something like that, and then that's going to launch the new title of X-Men series.
Yes. So they can go into a new thing, and this is obviously is on time with the merger between Fox and Disney.
Well, now they can carry X-Men again because they have control of the movie rights again.
Exactly. I can't fucking stand this.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd, 4th time they've rebooted the X books in the past.
X books are out right now? Because when I was last reading comics, it was like a year or 2 ago. And the only X books I remember, at least the ones that mattered, was they had Gold and Blue, which were...
I'm pretty sure now it's...
kind of stuff like young Jean and young Cyclops and all that stuff. But Gold was fine.
The lead book now, I'm pretty sure it's Uncanny again.
Okay.
It's either Uncanny or Astonishing. I can't remember which one. I haven't read it because I'm tired of reboots.
Yeah.
When Bendis did it, I'm tired of it.
Did they reboot the Marvel Universe again? Because I remember they had the all new, all different stuff, and then I feel like Secret Empire happened or whatever, and then I feel like pretty soon after that there was like another reboot that happened.
Well, Marvel never reboots; they just renumber.
That's true. So or they go back to the old numbering.
Or they go back to legacy numbering.
Yeah.
So the idea of the X books being renumbered again, and not rebooting in terms of reboot, but in terms of like reworking the franchise, the division of the X books again.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's easier for fans to get into it. That's no matter what, that's the downfall of Marvel.
Yeah.
That's why they're not selling as well as DC, from what I understand. I could be completely wrong. Comic books across the whole all of them, the Cape books are down.
Yeah.
But I love X-Men. I love X-Men. It's the one group of Marvel comic books that I still even give a shit about if it's not Spider-Man. But even then, Spider-Man is secondary to my X-Men books.
Right.
That's exactly why I have upstairs. I have a fucking statue of Wolverine. I have a statue of fucking, all these other X characters.
Yeah.
X-Force characters too, in particular.
Yeah.
I love X-Men. This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think this is so stupid. They need to stick to something and it's fucking right.
Yeah.
Number ones aren't going to get people in because the people who read X-Men, guess what? I'm sorry, already read X-Men.
Yeah.
The new movies do not bring fans to comic books. They think that, but they really don't. Look at retailers; they talk about this because no matter what happens, now if it's like, hey, I watched Umbrella Academy on Netflix, I might go read Umbrella Academy. That's fine because one star a story, three different arcs, right? But if you watch Dark Phoenix, you go, oh, I'm gonna go read Dark Phoenix. When did it come out? Oh shit, the 80s. Oh fuck. I have literally 35 years or the fuck of more comic books that I will have to understand. And even then, you know, they're just so convoluted because it's X-Men and it's all about social commentary and shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like putting it back to volume 1, Uncanny X-Men #1 or whatever the fuck it's going to be called is going to help anyone give a shit.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's very strange how much the movie universe has started to affect comic books in general, which I mean it makes sense because the movies make money, and so you're trying to get those movie viewers into the comic book world. But I don't know. I just feel like overall, like I don't know, people care about comic book movies, but I don't think people care about comic books as much as they used to. At least not like cape stuff, like not superhero stuff. I mean, if you look at like comic books that are popular, it's like indie series or like independent series. Like I feel like Image Comics is doing like a fucking banger job right now. Like I feel like people are like loving Image Comics because I mean you've got like Saga and stuff like that, and those are stories that like people are consistently interested in because they're new and they're interesting topics, and it's not like a backstory.
Here's the linchpin to that exact statement you're saying is this. I turn on the TV and I watch Walking Dead. I go, man, I know it's based on a comic book. I want to read Walking Dead. So what do? Go to issue 1 and read up to the current issue.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, read this book. It's called Saga. It's really cool. Okay. I go to the store and I buy trade 1.
Yeah.
And I read up to current trade.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, I really like Far From Home. I want to read about Mysterio. Where can I find Mysterio's origins at? Okay, volume 3, issue 365, 19 something. Yeah. That's not how books. That makes superhero books hard to get into, right?
Yeah.
So, and you and I have talked on ad nauseum about this.
Yeah.
Is that we're tired of comic books rebooting, so DC, and we're tired of renumbering, Marvel.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do one or the other, fucking reboot.
Yeah.
Like
as we talk shit about like New 52, I mean that was a jumping in point for me, where at least it was like I don't need, because that was what got me into reading DC comics was New 52, because it was like, okay, well I don't have to have like almost 100 years of backstory. I can just pick up issue 1 of like fucking Teen Titans and just read Teen Titans and like enjoy that series, because it's a whole new universe and you don't have to worry about like history or anything like that.
Because and look, New 52 is I think a good, because that's right when I graduated high school, so that's when I had money to actually sink. I was reading probably 35 books a month at the time.
Yeah.
And when I was working in college in my freshman year of college in 2011.
Yeah.
So when I was there, had cash, and New 52 was kicking off, it was perfect for me because it was giving me, okay, I have all these books that I was reading comic books before this. Because during the summer, I was like Scott Snyder's last run Detective. I was reading, with James Gordon Jr. And I was reading a ton of books then, but New 52 was exciting because it was, hey, look, it's accessible, and even if we have books that or histories that we don't know about or that you don't know yet, you're back at the same line as everyone else who does know because they have not said what has happened yet.
Yeah.
So, but for the big deal was this: when they announced Batgirl with New 52, everyone was like, "What the fuck, Batgirl?"
Yeah.
She's been Oracle for the past 20 some years.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Stephanie Brown, all these characters or whatever. Right. So it was like, oh shit. Well, they're saying that Killing Joke happened, but she didn't go paralyzed.
Yeah.
They add.
She didn't go paralyzed, or was that she got cured or something like that? I can't remember what the fuck.
She did get shot, but she pushed through it and got better and got stronger.
She pushed through getting shot in the fucking back.
Right. So, but that they put a list down. So these stories were still happening. These didn't. Like for example, my favorite character in the Bat family is not Batman. Like a lot of kids my age is Tim Drake.
Red Hood.
My favorite Robin. And New 52 really fucked him over. It was a bad time.
He got his own book, but that book was bad for multiple reasons.
Well, he had his own book before New 52 as well.
Did he?
Here's what happened.
He had Red Hood and the Outlaws, which was his own like mini team. Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Jason Todd.
Oh fuck.
Tim Drake.
Oh fuck, that's right. Tim Drake took over the Teen Titans. Fuck.
Yeah. So New 52 before that, Tim Drake was Red Robin.
Right.
Because Damian Wayne was Robin.
Right.
Right. New 52 came in and said that Tim Drake was never Robin. He's only ever been Red Robin.
Right.
And so that's it. And they took away all his personality type because people didn't, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Right? DC does reboots well. Flash Rebirth, Green Lantern Rebirth.
Yeah.
These things where they bring them back into the fold, or they do Infinite Crisis. They do things that change the whole landscape. And much as now, they shouldn't do it every fucking other year.
That's the biggest problem, because it's like they had New 52, and then it was like 2 years or something later, they had like Convergence or whatever, which was them bringing back legacy numbering for like Detective Comics, Action Comics, and shit like that. And then they get Rebirth Clock, which I didn't read, but I'm pretty sure that changed the whole fucking universe because it was Dr. Manhattan and all that kind of shit. Yeah, they do that way too fucking often now. Yeah, literally, they're like, oh fuck, we gotta keep doing it because people don't like it, so we gotta change it. And then their changes end up making everything worse.
Since New 52, Year Zero, Convergence, Rebirth, all these things.
Oh, I forgot about Year Zero.
So they can like
at least the Batman Year Zero, that was a good fucking arc.
It's too many things that so this X-Men news is annoying to me because for years they treated X-Men like the fucking shitty ass step kid that no one cared about.
Yeah.
And now they give a fuck because they need to put Wolverine in the fucking Avengers movies. So now we give a shit.
Yeah.
And I get that. It's business. I'm not ignorant to that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, thinking that Hickman's gonna be the guy to pull in the random kid who's never read X-Men before.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it ain't the guy. I'm sorry. Yeah. You get someone else. You get an action-packed guy. Yeah. I don't know. Moving on.
All right.
You just want to head out and knock out Watchmen too?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got to at this point. I mean, we're just like comic booked up at this point.
Well, this is your thing more than mine. So
the what?
This is your thing more than mine. So go ahead and.
I mean, the Watchmen trailer came out. HBO series. It's got Jeremy Irons. It's got a few other people in it. I think it's got what's the black woman's name? I can't remember what her fuck name is, but it's got a few other people in it. The trailer came out. It looks really good. I like it a lot. It looks interesting to me. I like the fact that it's I mean, they've talked about this before, but it's basically like he hasn't officially said it's like a parallel universe because the events of Watchmen happen, but it's like an alternate future, I guess, because it's not history, but it takes place like after the events of Watchmen has happened, but it's not what people have seen before. Like, because I mean, if you look at like DC Comics is a great example where they've like taken on the fact of like what happens after the Watchmen. That's what Doomsday Clock is all about. Essentially, it's essentially this show, but with DC Comics characters and like Superman and Batman and shit like that. So this is basically that, but only with Watchmen characters. They've got like a Rorschach cult. They've got a new Rorschach who has like a silver mask thing that looks kind of cool. Jeremy Irons is in it as Ozymandias, which is awesome because he gets to just choose scenery, I'm guessing, which is what he's fucking great at. It just looks really, really good. I like it a lot. They're definitely leaning into like the Watchmen clock thing, the TikTok, the world is ending or whatever, which is a cool it's a nice little beat for the trailer to have with the TikToks and all that kind of stuff. But I like it. It looks really cool. I'm excited for it.
I was watching the trailer going, where am I going to see World is Nigh? I like the trailer. I'm not a Watchmen fan. I've never been a Watchmen fan.
Yeah.
In high school, all my buddies who were comic book nerds really like fucking jerked off Watchmen every time we did talk about it. The movie came out, people didn't like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
I like it. It's probably my favorite movie from Zack Snyder, honestly.
Yeah.
Personally.
That movie did give us that Smashing Pumpkins song that everyone really liked.
That was a good one.
That remix Smashing Pumpkins song. I like the trailer. It's fun. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not what I expected from a Watchmen show. But I think because Damon Lindelof, who I wrote Leftovers, wrote Lost.
Yeah.
he's a decent writer.
Yeah.
And I don't expect him to go and give us what we think. I think he's gonna try to be Alan Moore about it, which
I could see that. Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. Maybe not consistently, but I'll watch it. It looks interesting. I like the idea that there's not one Rorschach, at least that they haven't showed one Rorschach.
I like the idea of it doesn't make any sense to me because at the end of Watchmen, basically nobody knows that Rorschach's dead. Like Dr. Manhattan just did it. So I guess in this world, people at least know Rorschach, or I assume there's probably a time skip because Ozymandias is fucking old. So maybe people just assume that he died because he's not there anymore or something like that, or some sort of information came out about him being a martyr or something like that. Oh no, his notebook. That's what happened because he had his notebook with all this shit. So yeah, I guess his notebook got circulated. So he got a cult around him. I mean, it's cool. It looks interesting. I like where he's going with it. I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's just HBO. At this point, now that Game of Thrones is ending, they're just throwing a bunch of shit against the wall and seeing what their next Game of Thrones is going to be. This does well. I don't know. I mean, it could be. I don't know. They thought that with Westworld, and Westworld, I don't know. The first season was popular, but I feel like the second season wasn't as much. But I still haven't watched the second season of Westworld yet. But yeah, I mean, it looks interesting.
Let's go ahead and transition right into that thing you just mentioned then.
Okay.
People really don't like the way Game of Thrones is ending.
Yeah. They don't like. Well, it's it started last week with what was it? It was like a battle episode that took place all at night or something like that, and people got fucking pissed off about that, pissing in their pants because they couldn't see the TV screens or whatever. And I was like, hey, fucker, don't watch it during the day. If you got that problem, watch it at night because that's what happens. If you try to watch a scene that takes place at night during the day, you ain't gonna be able to see shit because that's how light works, especially off a TV screen.
I like that as someone who hasn't seen the majority of the show.
Yeah.
And having been someone who's been that way since it came out.
Yeah.
I laugh really hard that everyone is so mad.
Yeah.
Because I went and I watched.
I have no personal stake in it because I just don't care at all. I mean, it just reinforces my point that I'm not gonna ever finish watching the show because at this point it's if I'm no one gonna get mad, I don't want to watch something where it's I'm gonna get to this episode and be like, all right, well now I'm fucking mad. I don't want to do that. I watch something that I enjoy.
I saw the fight scene where Arya kills the zombie master.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I thought it was so anticlimactic.
That's kind of weird.
And I saw this past week, I guess.
Yeah.
Daenerys beats up the city, and then
I know she apparently uses her dragons to kill a bunch of citizens or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think that. I mean, I don't know. It makes sense to me. I guess everyone's saying that the actual that switch happening wasn't didn't play out right, but I thought
I've heard different things on social media where it's I've seen a lot more coming out recently of all these fucking contrarians. The same people who defend Last Jedi are no, it was set up from the beginning, blah blah blah, and of course she was gonna be the Mad Queen. And I was like, you're the same type of fucker that thinks the fact that fucking whatever her name is, purple hair bitch, runs a Star Destroyer or runs her cruiser through the Star Destroyer is perfectly set up in the world of Star Wars. Shut the fuck up.
Even though Star Wars, we definitely have.
You don't understand screenwriting, and the fact that you act like you do by defending these fucking dumbass decisions just makes you less of a person in my eyes at this point. I just don't care about these people anymore. I'm sick of all these people defending these fucking stupid decisions as great because they want to be on the side of whatever these creators are. No, if you make something shitty, you made something shitty.
I'm more willing to believe Daenerys, she gets sold by her brother, her dad is murdered, she's raped, she fucks her kid or her what's it called? Jon Snow's her niece or something.
That's what I don't get because apparently I guess he's a Targaryen. At some point he became a Targaryen. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. You're telling me that Ned Stark fucked a Targaryen? I don't
know. His sister is Jon Snow's mom.
Whose sister?
Ned's sister.
So Ned fucked his sister?
No. Ned's sister is a Stark. and she ends up having the kid with the Targaryen.
So it's not Ned's kid.
No, it's not Ned's kid.
What?
That's so the whole yeah, that's from what I understand. I could be wrong. I don't know. But when I think that's what Ned's
sister fucked a Targaryen.
Yes.
Okay.
But then they were gonna like kill the kid because the Targaryen was already married.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the king. I'm pretty sure the king that gets killed is the Targaryen that has the kid. I could be wrong. I don't know. What's
the
up?
Mad King? The one that killed all the dragons or whatever?
Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe the bro. I don't know. I thought something like that. If you Google, you find a better answer.
It's too confusing for me. I just don't care anymore. This has given me a reason to not care anymore. I've decided I don't care. So I don't know. I'm just over it. I'm tired of seeing Game of Thrones on social media. I'm tired of hearing people complain about it. If you don't like it, stop watching, because apparently this episode got more ratings than any Game of Thrones season or episode ever. So like, y'all are giving them a fucking reason. Like, if you don't like it, stop fucking watching it.
Well, look, I have more suspension of disbelief that Daenerys Targaryen, the Lady with the Dragons, who was sold, raped by Aquaman, and then like had to leave her city and her life because of her family being murdered in a coup d'etat. I have more disbelief suspension that she gets mad at the city of the guy who killed her dad or whatever the fuck he is. I have more of disbelief for that than the lady in Star Wars Last Jedi who can't get on the escape pod for some reason. When Luke Skywalker,
none of those drivers can get on the escape pod apparently.
No, when Luke Skywalker can go to sleep and Empire Strikes Back and the ship just flies to Dagobah. Oh, it's R2. I guarantee that this fucking ship has other robots on it.
Yeah.
So guess what?
But robots are people. If we learned anything from Solo, robots are people, Jason. They deserve rights like everybody else because they're robots.
Look, all I know is that Westworld Season 1, they fuck them.
They do. They fuck them hard.
That's
all I know. And they kill them multiple times, and they make them wake up every day and live through it again. And then the robots kill everybody. That's what I remember from the end of Westworld.
Well, see, I don't need Solo to tell me about the idea of a ghost in the shell.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
I get Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell did. You know what? Even then, I don't need Solo or Westworld to talk about whatever the fuck singularity or whatever the fuck is called, the idea of birth of consciousness of robots. Yeah. You know what else did that for me?
Terminator.
Well, no, because I didn't really do that. Kinda. I became self-aware.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what else did?
What?
A mid-2000s movie starring Big Willie.
Big Willie.
iRobot.
Oh shit! The boy, the kid. I forgot about iRobot. I thought you were gonna bring up the Ghost in the Machine. I thought you were gonna talk about the Matrix.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
Real quick, who plays 2004 when it came out? iRobot. Who
plays the robot? I don't know. Sonny the
Alan Tudyk.
Who?
Alan Tudyk. I know he plays the robot. Damn.
He does?
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
All
right. Next piece of news.
All right.
I wanted to mention this. I don't think you've seen the movie, but I want to talk about it. It Part 2.
Oh God, no! I have not seen this movie.
Okay, so It Part 2, the teaser came out finally.
Yeah.
It's pretty much not even a teaser, really. It's more of a clip.
I did watch the teaser.
Okay.
I know the story of it. I think I've brought it up before that I do not like clowns. I have not seen the first It movie. I will not see It Part 2. I did watch the trailer because I knew we were going to be talking about it. I've tried to read the book multiple times and could not get through it just because I think it's one of Stephen King's worst written books. It's so fucking boring to read it as a book. So I can't read it. Can't watch it because even though I think the design for Pennywise in this one, at least in that trailer, his design did not look half as menacing as his design in the first one. The one that gives me nightmares is fucking oh my God, what the fuck is his name?
Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry's it gives me goddamn nightmares because they gave him like some fucking weird ass teeth and shit like that, and it, like freaks me the fuck out because I think Tim Curry's gonna come in my room and bite my goddamn head off.
This teaser, it's
fine. Way too much build up. It's like
it's mostly a clip.
It's like a minute 45 clip, and then it's like a 20 seconds at the end of like disjointed shots, and then you've got Pennywise.
Right. How did you feel about the old lady running at Jessica Chastain?
It was weird. It was really weird. Creepy. It was creepy, but it reminded me of the scene because when I watched the first It trailer, it reminded me of the scene of him running at fucking the kid from the water. It looked like the same fucking shit. So I don't know. It's not imaginative at all. It's creepy. I mean, it's like as creepy as the first one was, but it's not even a clown this time. So
you should watch the first one.
I really don't wanna.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying maybe watch it with a friend of yours. Watch it during the daytime. Watch it with some pizza.
I might watch it during the day. If I knew if I ever am going to watch it, I have to watch it like in the morning during the day. I might try to watch it on like Saturday after I get off from work, maybe because maybe I'll just fall asleep and then I just don't have to finish watching it. I'll be like, oh, guys, I tried.
You don't want to fall asleep during it because then you'll hear it.
No.
It'll be in your dreams. Here's what I'm saying, because I hate horror movies.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of horror movies. I just don't think they're really fun to watch. I think a lot of them are cheap.
Yeah. I've heard this one is really well done. So
it's not really a horror movie. It's a thriller film.
Okay.
To me, it's literally, and sounds redundant and stupid. I understand. It's Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's Stranger Things.
I mean, that's not a bad thing to be in this day of age because Stranger Things is really fucking good. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, obviously, I know that Stranger Things is based off it. I understand.
Yeah.
But this movie, I mean, it has the guy from it in it. It has Stranger Things kid in it.
Yeah.
So to me, the first part is, my girlfriend and I watched it again during the day, and she's not really a big fan of horror films either. So we're watching it. I'm like, this is not. There are some creepy parts, not like scary parts, but the way that it's more so about the way that they design. Pennywise in certain scenes, it's so weird. That's why it's creepy.
Okay.
None of it's like, oh, I'm scared. It's more like, okay, all right, you know what I mean?
I might try to give it a shot.
I think you'll be fine. Part 2, I'll tell you damn right now, I'm not seeing it in fucking theaters.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a movie. I'm definitely not seeing it in fucking theaters.
Yeah, you know, actually. Maybe we will, because when part 1 came, my girlfriend was like, "Let's go see it," and I was like, "Fuck that."
Fuck that.
Because I've seen the TV movie when I was in high school, and it was like,
"What is the one that freaks me the fuck out?" I haven't even seen it. I just see pictures from it, and it like literally gives me goddamn nightmares.
I think it's fucking goofy, dude. You'd be fine.
I don't know.
All right, so let's go ahead and move into another piece of comic book news that we should have talked about earlier, but I forgot.
Okay.
I want to go into this first, okay?
Okay.
I want to dive in first.
Let's
CW. The CW is DC Central.
Oh, first of all, can we talk about DC in the TV world for a bit? Because I don't understand the CW universe, but now they have DC Universe, and they've got Doom Patrol and that type of shit. So I just don't understand. It's like the Marvel shit. It's like, is any of this shit even fucking connected? Because you've got Netflix Marvel, and then you've got Cloak and Dagger on Hulu, and then you've got like all bunch of like weird.
Also, they have freaking Runaways.
Oh yeah, and Runaways is on Hulu as well. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just very. I mean, it's very strange. I haven't watched any of the CW stuff since I think I caught up with Flash season 3, 2 or 3. I think it was 3. The one where it's not the Reverse Flash, the one where it's the Death Racer one. Which I think it's season 3. So I cut up to that. I enjoy that, but then I know that his daughter is in like this new season, and it's like I know I'm gonna fucking hate her because it's a CW show, and I know what's gonna happen with her, so I know I'm gonna be unable to fucking stand her.
So is she gonna be transgendered, gay, or bisexual, or
she's gonna be a lesbian for sure.
Oh yeah, probably.
Definitely gonna be a lesbian.
So CW verse, I know Arrow's ending.
Yeah, and apparently I saw today that it's ending, but Oliver Queen is going to be joining the Flash. Apparently, somehow in the season finale or the series finale of Arrow, Oliver Queen joins Barry Allen. Somehow, I don't fucking know how that works, but apparently that's their new status quo.
Well, CW in the right minds that they are, I decided to do Batwoman.
Yeah.
Because Batwoman, as we all know, hits every demographic for the CW.
It does.
Literally, it's a lesbian character, and even the tidbit of the show says she's fighting for like gay rights and stuff, which is fine. But the teaser trailer, she looks fucking dumb.
I don't know. It's very strange. It's clear that they want a Batman character without having Batman, and so that it feels cheap to me at that point, because it's like, if you want the Batman character, just make fucking Batman. Like, they tried to do the Batman thing with Oliver Queen. That's what they tried to do with Arrow. They made him like the Batman of the CW verse. But now you've got Batwoman. Like, and first of all, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, how are you gonna have Batwoman and no Batman? Because the whole point is that like it's another one of the things of like the Bat family of these people are drawn to the Bat symbol because of Batman and like what he represents. So like to have a Batwoman without Batman makes no sense. I don't know.
It's weird about Gotham ending, and Gotham has Batman in it now. Like the very end of it, they put a bat suit.
The series finale I saw is he becomes Batman.
Like, and I haven't seen Titans yet.
I don't care about Titans. Everything that I've seen about the show makes me like, nah, I don't want to watch it. But I do want to watch Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol looks good.
Yeah. Whenever I think of Titans, I think of that fucking trailer, the trailer where Robin goes, "Fuck Batman."
Fuck Batman.
But then I think about Doom Patrol. I think about go watch an interview. I'll send you the link or whatever, or just YouTube it.
Our boy Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. I think it's on Sci-Fi, like the YouTube channel, Sci-Fi's YouTube channel, where they're interviewing him about Doom Patrol, and he's talking about Robot Man, and it's so clear that this guy gets the character because he's talking about the character as super like he's passionate about the character.
Yeah. And
that's exactly why Doom Patrol is succeeding in that no one's giving it like a bunch of grief because it's staying true to the idea of Doom Patrol, whether it's Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol or just the characters in general.
Yeah.
Whereas like people said fuck Titans.
Yeah.
Because Titans look dumb. Like I'm excited to see Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing looks good. I'm excited for Swamp Thing. I think it's another step in the right. I think just Titans was a major misstep for them, especially because it's like there's a Titans comic book and it's really fucking cool because it's older Teen Titans. It's like Nightwing and it's like Wally West Flash, and then it's like Aqualad, but he's not Aqualad. His name's like Tempest or some shit like that. It's like older, like Wonder Girl. So it's like that's what Titans should be. If you're gonna make Teen Titans, first of all, call it fucking Teen Titans, and also have goddamn Cyborg on the team. It makes no goddamn sense because you know everybody who's gonna watch that watch the animated Teen Titans, so they want Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, and Cyborg. And the fact that they have all of those Cyborg makes no sense. Yeah.
Cyborg in Doom Patrol.
But first of all, is Cyborg even in Doom Patrol in the comics?
I don't
I don't think he is. So it doesn't make any sense why he'd be in Doom Patrol and not Teen Titans. I don't know. Also, there's too many cyborgs.
Yeah. I was really hoping that what they do with Swamp Thing is they have fucking Constantine come back.
God. Ooh. Well, they still have him on. Apparently, he's on the Legends of Tomorrow or whatever. Apparently, he's like on that team. So he's in the W-verse.
Do not want that guy as Constantine anymore.
Do you not like the actor as Constantine or that?
No, I don't like him as Constantine.
Okay.
At least he looks fine.
He looks like Constantine.
He's not punk rock enough, man.
True.
Batwoman. Teaser looks bad. She looks bad. The hair looks atrocious. That suit looks fucking dumb. I'm so excited to see this show look just like goddamn everyone else in Arrow fighting. Because Ruby Rose, she's the worst part about John Wick 2.
Yeah, she's not good. Common is the best part of one of the better parts of John Wick 2. It should have been Common and Keanu at the end and not Ruby Rose.
Absolutely agree. Okay, moving on. Mindhunter Season 2 coming August, finally.
Hey, there we go.
What else you got going on there?
So we've got, the only other things that I saw was that we've got, the biggest piece of news for me, the thing that got me most excited, was that there's a new Mortal Kombat movie coming, baby. But bam!
Oh.
Hell yeah! Because MK11's coming out, and I want to play it real bad because I want to play Shao Kahn and swing around a giant hammer and fucking knock the shit out of some bitches. So I'm excited to do that, and I just want to see it. I know the first one has like a cult status as being like a fucking awful movie. It probably will be, but
two's worse. Two's worse.
I've never seen the second one's it's Mortal Kombat Annihilation, right? Is what they call the second one.
Like one's actually fine.
Yeah.
Two is bad.
Yeah.
2 is bad.
But I'm excited to see it, man. I don't care. I just like Mortal Kombat. I like those characters. I think all the characters are really, really cool. I'm excited to see if it ends up being rated R. I feel like if it's not rated R, they're doing a misstep because you can't do Mortal Kombat justice without having it rated R because it's too fucking gory. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see it. It's filming in Australia, which is rad. James Wan's on it, so it's probably going to look good.
James directing it?
He's producing it. He's not directing it. The director is somebody else. Hold on. I have it up here. The director was somebody else who was attached to, the writer is the guy who wrote Highwaymen. So, it's fine. And Simon, I don't know. It's his first movie, so, but he's made commercials. I don't know. It doesn't have a great look for me, but James Wan's on it. I don't know why James Wan wouldn't direct it. I guess he's busy doing Aquaman 2. But I don't know.
Oh,
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what the movie actually is. I hope it's like MK9 and there's like some weird time travel hippy dippy bullshit. Because Mortal Kombat is at its best when it's just stupid. So I'm excited to see what kind of stupid stuff they do.
All right. I don't know, man. Terminator Dark Fate has a release date. I didn't even look at it because I didn't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, I didn't read it. I didn't read that article. I saw that it said that the trailer was coming, and I was like, I'll judge the trailer when I see it, but I'm not. I have no excitement for this movie at all. I don't really care. So
it's November 1st is when it's coming out.
Trailer the movie's coming out November 1st?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I don't care, man.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I have been such a what's the word? Not fan, but like a fan obviously. But I've been like one of the guys who like is like a prophet of the Terminator, right? I'm a prophet of a couple different shows.
Okay.
Number one, probably I don't know, RoboCop. Big prophet of RoboCop.
Okay.
Terminator. Robot stuff. Power Rangers, Super Sentai. Big prophet of those things. Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Pac Rim, big prophet of Pac Rim. But Terminator is one that I think I love. Terminator 1 and 2, man, so good. And then 3 and 4 just
3 and 4 are bad. And then the 5th one was worse.
Bad.
The 5th one makes what was the 4th one? The one with Christian Bale. Salvation. The 5th one makes Salvation look watchable, which is an achievement in and of itself.
It's sad too because the 5th one has fucking Daenerys in it.
Ugh. The worst part of that fucking movie.
Terrible Sarah Connor.
The guy who plays Kyle Reese in that movie, Jack Courtney, is the worst part of that movie. Which sucks because I like him. He's awful in that fucking movie.
What's even funnier is that I would rather watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which stars,
with Daenerys in it.
No. So Terminator Genesis stars Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor.
Correct.
Do you know who stars in the Sarah Connor Chronicles?
I have no idea.
It was a TV show that ran. It was a TV show that ran for a couple seasons.
I think it ran for like 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah, it was on the Sci-Fi Network. That's all I remember because that was because that show premiered when I was really big into the sci-fi and watching their original movies every weekend.
Well, I want you to Google Sarah Connor Chronicles and see who plays Sarah Connor. I'll wait.
Chronicles. Sarah Connor Chronicles. I don't know who she is, but she looks hot. Wait a second. What? For real? Damn. All right. Cersei plays fucking Sarah Connor?
Yeah, there you go. And she was great. And she was great at it. She was awesome.
All right. Awesome.
I'd rather watch that again. Because
I did not expect that to be the answer that I received. So that was interesting.
Because Linda Hamilton looks rough.
Yeah, she looks real rough.
Because Arnold looks rough.
Arnold's been looking rough. Arnold's looked rough since, what was that? The Johnny Knoxville movie that came out where he was in? It was like his big comeback action movie.
Oh, I don't know.
He played like a sheriff or some shit in the middle of nowhere. He looked rough in that movie.
Yeah.
That was when I saw that trailer, I was like, damn, Arnold, you looking rough, dog.
I still heard that.
In fucking Expendables.
I still heard that zombie one was pretty good. Haven't seen it though.
Oh yeah, the Maggie. Yeah. I haven't seen that. But that looked good. That was a more dramatic thing from him, which is weird to see from Arnold, but
real quick, also hold on. We're about at an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want to do Hateful Eight?
I don't know. I feel like that's going to be an extended conversation because I have a lot of thoughts about that.
Okay.
But I really want to do John Wick 3 next week.
Yeah.
I feel like we're obligated as a License to View co-hosts to do John Wick 3. I feel like we're doing a disservice if we do not do that film.
Okay. So we have to push back.
We'll have to push back. I mean, I watched it. I mean, I could sum up my thoughts on it real quick. Was that I think it's fine. I don't think it's my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie ever. It reminds me of Reservoir Dogs a lot, but like kind of a lesser version. It looks fucking beautiful, but I don't know if it needed to look that beautiful because the whole movie takes place in the goddamn cabin.
Here are my thoughts real quick. I started watching it. The opening talk scene was too long, so I stopped watching it and I watched Pulp Fiction. and then I came back and I finished.
Well, the movie's all talking for the most part. The most action-packed stuff takes place in like the last, because we watched the miniseries extended edition. So all of the action for the most part takes place in those last like 2 episodes. It's like the end of episode 3 is like actiony, and then the beginning of episode 4 and like all of episode 4 is like actiony. Besides that, it's like there's not too. It's mostly just fucking. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie, so it's mostly just fucking talking.
Exactly. All right, so that's the review. I'm gonna put that in the thumbnail so people still think we talked about it. So you want to mention this? Anything else news-wise, real quick? I just deleted the document. Sorry.
No, I don't think there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Really, I think that we hit on most of the major stuff. I mean, there was some Star Wars news that came out, but it's like not stuff that we didn't already know. Next movie's coming from the Game of Thrones people. That's I don't know. I don't really care. I think they're decent writers, so I don't really have a problem with it as long as they don't do just like throw the universe rules out in the goddamn garbage can. I think I'll be fine.
The decent writers until everyone says that they can't end Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, that's fine. Works for me. So, all right, guys.
This is that they're only doing one movie, so they probably don't have to end their Star Wars trilogy. So,
there you go. Because they'll get Rian Johnson to do it.
That's true, and then he'll just throw everything that they did out the goddamn window.
Well, because he'll be doing it before they even finish the movie. He'll be writing his script.
That's the other thing. So, I mean, this might be another extended conversation, so I might be fucking us up. But the next movie is coming from the Game of Thrones people. Yep. But Rian Johnson has said before that he's still working on his trilogy. But Disney said the next trilogy that is coming out is not his trilogy. So, is he really going to be working on his next trilogy? Because this next trilogy is supposed to take place until like 2026 or some fucking shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think that he would be saying he was doing it if he wasn't going to be doing it.
That's true. At least when he did it, he might still be doing it. But maybe things change. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But there's also a new live-action series besides the Diego Luna movie, the Diego Luna one, and then the Mandarin. They have another live-action that they're doing. Apparently, that is going to be. Apparently, they said it's going to be out before the first film in the new trilogy. So.
Okay.
Still more Star Wars stuff. I'm fine with them doing live-action TV series more than movies because I think there's a lot more. I mean, like, The Mandalorian looks fucking dope. Like, I'm excited for that more than I have been excited for like a Star Wars movie. I'm excited to watch The Mandalorian. So. Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with TV shows.
Yeah, I think that's a way better way to milk the Star Wars.
Yeah,
whatever euphemism you want to use than trying to make a bunch of trilogy movies that half the people can't fucking stand.
I absolutely agree. I'm fine with TV shows because TV shows will just expand it.
Yeah.
And it's in a good way, and you're giving us longer form stories, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I hope that the Mandalorian's one long story, not a bunch of bounties of the week.
I watched a little bit from that first episode. It seems like it's hard to tell from just like the first like 5 minutes of the episode, but it seems like it's a much more overarching. I hope it's a much more overarching assassination thing with like some other like smaller assassination side plots like thrown in. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So, guys, it's been Licensed to View,
Yes,
the official pop culture podcast of YouTube. Yes. And we'll be back next week with John Wick 3.
John Wick Part 3.
Parabellum?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Back. I'll probably end up having this. I'm only off one day next week, so I'll have to see it on the day that we record. That's going to be next week. John Wick 3.
John Wick 3.
Guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. More podcasts, more stuff, more chit chats, all that jazz. Thanks for watching.
Yes. See you guys.
I'm still gonna put Hateful Eight in the thumbnail because it's already done.
Yeah.
And that's the review that we're doing for it.
That's what we did. It's like Reservoir Dogs, but worse.
My official review was that I started watching it and I stopped to watch Pulp Fiction.
It's a fine movie. I thinking about it more, I don't know. It might make it in my top 5. He's only got 8 fucking movies, so it might make it in my top 5 Quentin Tarantino movies, but I don't know. It could be edged out by something else. It's hard to tell.
Well, I still don't care about him.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll see you. All right, stopping it now. Bop, bop.